How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Lunar Trading. In this video, I'll be going over my levels and plan for SPY next week, so let's jump right into it. SPY was up 0.97% on Friday. We saw the bulls continue to push price higher, even after such a strong move on Thursday, after our CPI report came out, showing that inflation has pulled back a little bit. I took a couple different trades. First, I grabbed 398 calls, and we were able to hit 30% on those. And then later, I grabbed 396 calls, and those hit 16%. And then I grabbed 396 calls again and locked in at 20%. So 3 different scalps. We were able to get nice base hits on them. So congrats to anybody that followed me on those plays. Levels to be watching though for next week is first the support zone from 390.5 to 387.5. I'll be watching this uptrend as an area of support as well. And then keep an eye on the zone below it from 375 to 372. I'm not super confident in our first zone until we get some more confirmation that this is going to be treated as support, but this was resistance in the past. A lot of times when price breaks out above, I like to pull back, test it as support, and then attempt to leg up again. Now for resistance, keep an eye on this zone from 411 to 415.5. We have a little ways to go, but I just don't see a whole lot of resistance up until that point. We could see a little bit around 401 and maybe 407. We might get some little pullbacks from those points, but I'm mainly just gonna be watching this zone. I also will be keeping an eye on this main downtrend as an area of resistance still, as the market has continued to respect it in the past. Now my plan going into next week is I'll probably just be scalping different setups intraday, going for tiny little base hits, at least until we push up closer to my resistance levels. From there, I'll be looking to add a little bit more size and go for some larger wins. And I might start to accumulate into SQQQ if price does push up into this area, as we could see a pretty good reversal from that point. I also want to note that while CPI data is showing a pullback in inflation, I'm still not getting too bullish on the market quite yet. I do think it's bullish for the short term, but for the long term, we have to see if that's sustainable. We might see the Fed start to pivot a little bit and not be as aggressive on raising rates. It might drop it down to 0.5 basis points for December. But I think it's important to keep in mind what the Fed is trying to accomplish here by destroying consumer demand. If we are seeing inflation start to pull back consistently now, that's showing that the Fed's plan is working, destroying consumers' demand, which means people aren't going to be spending as much money, which could make things ugly for earnings in Q1. So just keep that in mind. Now back to my plan. Now if price does pull back into this first support zone, and if I'm starting to see some buying pressure step in and some quality setups that look like we might reverse back to the upside, then I'll be looking to grab some calls. Nothing aggressive though, again, just scalps until I hit this level. If price does touch this uptrend though, I might be a little bit more aggressive on my position size just because we have seen pretty decent bounces off of it. But I'll alert any trade I take in the Discord. Link down below if you guys want to join, where I give out my trading alerts like I did on Friday. You can also chat with me and other members in the community as well, as they give out their different thoughts and stocks that they're watching. So check it out. It's free. Also subscribe to the channel if you like these short and sweet technical videos. This one was a little bit longer just because I wanted to cover over some of my thoughts on the recent CPI report. Share down in the comments what your guys' thoughts are on the recent CPI report, what you think this means for the economy and for the stock market. I'd love to hear it from you guys, but take care, everybody.